Hey, my narcissistic abuse family. I have so many topics that I want to cover, but I'm going to start with my least favorite because, full disclosure, I'm an open book and you've been on this journey with me. So here's the update about the toxic duo. For anybody that celebrates, I hope you had an awesome Christmas. And for anybody that doesn't celebrate, hope you had an awesome week regardless. I'm probably gonna put this out right away because I really wanted to make this on Christmas, but we were in our pajamas all day and it was awesome. So that's where I was at. But, alright. So the toxic duo, they just can't leave well enough alone. Narcissists go out of their way to try to ruin your happiness at every opportunity. So if there's an exciting event happening or a holiday and they're not a part of it, they definitely want to insert themselves into your life in some way, welcome or not. And all the more reason, like I initiated no contact last year. So it's been a year. Last year was awesome. It was kind of like the beginnings of it all. So we still had to deal with them back then. This year I was like, oh, it's going to be awesome. It's going to be a beautiful relief. And they, true to form, just like narcissists do, they couldn't leave it alone, couldn't leave me and my family alone. So they showed up at my house. They left a big package of gifts for our kids. I'm sorry, the kids are in the other room. So they left a big bag of like gifts for our kids, and also they included one for myself and my husband, which, to be honest, I haven't even looked at it yet. I'll get back to you and report when I do open the present, whatever, I was actually kind of shocked at first. I was like, wow, this is so not like them to actually give gifts without getting something in return. Like, because they sure as hell are not getting anything in return. I have no intention of contacting them or being in touch with them. I told you guys for the Halloween fiasco, she mailed something, and because it was compliant with my, I don't know, boundaries, parameters, I guess, I was like, oh, I should acknowledge it because it was through the mail. And, we only live like 10 minutes away. So, dangerously, uncomfortably close. My husband and I fantasize about moving regularly, but regardless. So, they showed up at our door. And last time they did that, I flipped the fuck out. And I wrote a really nasty message. And you can find that in my highlight bubbles, I think, on Instagram. I think the last one is called Done. This is what happened. So this is what transpired after Halloween. So we got the package and I was like, oh, that was nice. So I did email like a thank you, like, oh, it was thoughtful, like, kids love their stuff, thank you, whatever. And I got another message in return, and it was fishing for information, true to narc form, and it was questioning, like, oh, what are the girls into? What do they want for Christmas? Like, I guess you didn't get the memo. You're not a part of our lives and we want nothing to do with you. So that set me off. That's when I wrote the response titled Done on my Instagram highlight bubble. And I was super nasty, and it's not my nature, but you know what, man? Like, these people just keep disrespecting me over and over and over. Loud and clear, got it. You know what I mean? Like, not acceptable, and I'm not going to tolerate it anymore at this juncture. I made a decision last year to cut contact, and if you follow me, that wasn't like I didn't necessarily know that that's the direction I was headed in. At first, I was kind of, seeing where it went, and I let them pretty much make the decisions for me because they were so intolerable and awful, and their true colors came through loud and clear. So I was like, yeah, I'm done. So they're the ones that made it very easy for me to shut the door and walk away and to stop tolerating this mistreatment, this abuse, and I don't deserve it, and my family sure as hell does not deserve it. We often will make, exceptions and compromise our boundaries and our well-beings because of these monsters, because we're just trying to keep the peace. But I'll tell you what, when you have your own family, your own spouse, and your own children, if you don't already, that's where it ends. I will not, screw me over all you want, but when you come at my husband and my kids, it's on, and it's over. So anyway, last Christmas, we initiated the no contact, started there, but I kept getting harassed by the enabler. He's like her official flying monkey, I guess, and he's like her spokesperson. He does her dirty work. But this Christmas, I was just infuriated. These people are the biggest cowards. They talk a big game like they're so tough, right? But we have the Ring doorbell, I'll tell you that. So, my husband was home. This was Wednesday, okay? Christmas Eve was on Thursday and Christmas Day was on Friday. So, these pieces of crap showed up on Wednesday at 1 o'clock. So, my husband comes home for lunch every day around noon, and I'll tell you what, he was late this day, particularly, ironically. I swear to you, we have angels protecting us, our angel Joey, because it's just the stars were aligned and it was perfect. So I was going to the bathroom before Joe was leaving, and all of a sudden our dog starts going ballistic, which she always does when there's any activity outside in the cul-de-sac in or around the area of our home. So he starts going ballistic and barking like a nut job. And I was like, Joe, what is that? Joe was like it was all over his face. He was infuriated. And I was like, what? Was it UPS or FedEx or the mail person? Whatever. That's typically what sets Gino off. But Joe was like, no. And I kept guessing, and then it hit me. I was like, it was the toxic duo, wasn't it? And he was like, yeah. And so they left the crap at our front door. And this is how screwed up these jerks are. I'm disabled in a wheelchair, as we know. And if I was, they did this intentionally with the hopes that I would be home alone with our kids, so that I wouldn't be able to kind of I don't know, I guess conceal the situation, so that I wouldn't be able to do anything to stop people from coming face to face with them, I suppose. But it all worked out awesome because Joe was able to collect the items and get rid of them in, some place where people couldn't see them, in the garage. But we have a Ring doorbell, so it's always oh, Merry Christmas. They talk to the Ring doorbell. They're such an effing joke, you guys. They feel so sorry for themselves, obviously. They're always the victim and I'm the villain, right? I'm so over it. Disrespecting me in this way by showing up at my home, hoping that I would be by myself with her kids, next level disrespect. It's the epitome of everything that they have done to me my whole life. They just don't give a shit. They view me as subservient and that I should comply with whatever they want, right? Because they're my narc parents and everything revolves around them. But anyway, so Joe was home for that, thankfully, and got rid of everything. And I have no idea what was in the packages. I'll have to let you guys know with a follow-up video. But, you know, they couldn't leave it alone, couldn't leave me alone, couldn't leave us alone. So, true to form, they did what narcs do. They're predictable as hell. Please like, please subscribe, you guys. I always forget to say that. But I love you all. I love this community. I'm so grateful for all of us finding each other and validating each other's miserable experiences. We're bumped and we're bruised, but more than anything, we are blessed because we're coming out of this oppression and this mistreatment, and we know that we deserve better. And we always did. And it's not us, it's them, 100%. So please like if this was of value to you. Please subscribe so you know when I put out new videos. Again, I love and appreciate you all. I hope you had a very Merry Christmas and an awesome week. Alright, see you soon.